Madhouse UK podcast. I'm Steve Tierney, and this is my supposedly daily podcast that has not been very daily so far, but we're doing the best we can, and I'm trying to improve. Okay, a few things to talk about tonight. First of all, to remind players of Dungeonworld that it's deadline time this week. In fact, tomorrow is the official deadline for the runtime of Friday night. Still trying to keep to that regular schedule, so please do try and get your turns in on time. We do take emailed orders right up to the deadline, of course, but there's no guarantee after the Wednesday deadline, so we just do the best we can. So all I'm saying is, if you can get them in for tomorrow, that is wonderful. The extra 2 days are really for the sort of postal players to come in who play through Madhouse USA. Okay, so what do I want to talk about? Okay, we're nearly at December now, and every year at December we do our Christmas special offers, and they're normally pretty cool, and I think they'll be pretty cool this year. So I'm working out what they're going to be at the moment, trying to make them really interesting and special. I have asked players' ideas on the Facebook chat, and people have given me some really good ideas, many of which I'm probably going to use. But would absolutely welcome any of you guys to comment in the chat and say what you think would be a good thing to have as an inducement for extra credit purchase and the like. I do also want this year to do an offer that goes to everybody who asks for it, regardless of even if you don't pay a penny, because people often say, obviously it's a business, and I'm not ashamed that we have to make money to run the business, but it's about the game, and the money is almost incidental. Obviously, I don't mind. I quite enjoy being able to pay the bills, but I love the game, and I wouldn't have done it this long for 20 years if I didn't love it. It's a real labour of love for me. So just to kind of prove that, if you like, there's going to be a freebie gift for every existing player who remembers to sign up for it. So that should be good fun. So what else? Would welcome your ideas on Christmas gifts. What do you think would entice you to spend a little bit more money, or to make a better investment, obviously, or to start a new position, or anything like that? And we'll see what we can put together to really excite people. I'm also going to be doing an offer to entice players who used to play the game and have stopped for one reason or another back into the game. Now, over the last few years, we've had quite a few players who disappeared for quite a long period return to the game. Brilliant when they come back. Always glad to see you guys return. And we have got some brilliant old players who used to be really integral and have kind of, for one reason or another, moved on to do different things. We'd like to see you back. So I'm going to be doing a very comprehensive offer, which I think will be quite exciting. And if anybody out there has used to play the game and thinks maybe I'll get back but hasn't quite taken the plunge, I think this one will encourage you to do so. That's certainly my idea. So lots of things I'm going to do in December. Now some of these things are things I've promised before, but and it's just me, so I do the best I can. I don't always keep to all the things I say I'm going to do, but I think you'll have noticed that I've been broadly keeping to most of the promises I've made lately. Although the podcasts aren't daily, they're pretty regular. The chat rooms are there. The Facebook engagement is good. All of the player engagement is good. The deadlines, with the exception of the unfortunate event that happened recently, are good. And I think we're on a very fresh, kind of upwardly mobile start for the game. And so with that in mind, this is what I'd like to achieve before the new year, certainly by the new year. And that is that I'm going to do all the special offers, the Christmas offers, obviously. I'm going to do the 5 new player areas that I promised. That will probably be first week or two of December, I would guess. And the rejoining players special offer. I also intend to do the Demon Rift 3 startups that I promised a long time ago, and for one reason or another I never set up, but I've still got them ready to roll. It's mostly done. I'm going to kick that off as well. Hopefully you'll find that exciting, and it actually ties in quite well now because the grand plot has moved to a point where it makes more sense than it did before. So this will all tie together fairly soon, so hopefully you'll see that. Still hoping to get a chat with Bill Mailing. Haven't managed to do that yet. Sorry, Bill, if I've missed you, but if you're watching this, do want to catch you this week. We have to talk about the Grand Council that we're trying to set up of characters in the game who are senior, and hopefully you'll help me by appointing some people to the roles that don't have players at the moment. That would be great. What else do I want to do? I also want to do, between Christmas and New Year, if everything goes according to plan, I'm going to kick off the new game area, Middengost, which I teased a few months ago. We did a bit of a chat room thing about it, and I gave you a feel for what sort of flavour it was. It's a kind of gothic place, and I intend to do the new sign up for that between Christmas and New Year. So lots of exciting things happening over the next month or so, and hopefully it will keep Christmas interesting, as it were. Deadlines, there should not be an extended deadline at Christmas this year, I don't think. I've got to look at the dates properly. Sometimes if the days don't fall quite right, we skip a week because of Christmas and New Year. I'm not sure that's necessary, but I'll let you know about that in a future podcast. Okay, what else is there to talk about? I've got another one of these guild messages for you, and I'm going to read that one out to you. This one is from the Sylvan Alliance, and this is what it says. Greetings to all those that respect nature. The Sylvan Alliance offers the blessing of Shanna upon all current and potential new members. We offer much to those that seek to preserve, protect and restore nature in all of its many forms, wheresoever it may be found. May it be in the frozen south, the forests of the enchanted forest, the wilds of the Feylands, to the deserts of Kia, to the remote provinces of Derwent, the Broken Lands, the Golden Coast, and yea, even in far Kriegmund do our members roam. We offer a multitude of benefits, skills and equipment to any of those that we primarily recognise: centaurs, druids, dryads, elves, fey, leprechauns, oaken men, pixies, rangers, unicorns, glacier barbarians and Aslani. However, should an adventurer feel a special connection to nature and can prove this to the Guild Council, then we will accept that adventurer into the fold. As benefits our ethos and regard for nature above all else, we do not adhere to the slavish regard for any one ruler, but remain crown neutral, but respectful to that of barony and other provinces' countries. We will permit a member to join 2 other guilds, but ask all members to only join other guilds if so joining does not compromise the holy vow that they made before Shanna to uphold her edicts and our neutrality. Right now, the Guild Elders have told of the new bastion of evil that seeks to corrupt and destroy nature. This location will shortly be revealed, and we are gathering the names of Guild volunteers who will stand with us on this new mission. May Shanna bless your endeavours, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. And that is signed Chaldan Ironhoof, Winged Centaur, Sylvan Alliance Guild Leader, and Yule Herman, First Deputy Guild Leader. So quite a long one there from the Sylvan Alliance. And good guild, very busy, very active, quite correct that they will have a mission to do soon, so that's quite good. And still welcome any other guild messages you'd like to send, and you don't have to think that just because you recently did one you can't do another. I'm not going to keep repeating the same message, so you've got to have something new to say, but quite happy for you to bounce things off of one another. What I find interesting is that that's a couple of guilds now that have made a point of noting their neutrality, and given what's going on in the kingdom at the minute with the kind of rift between the Raven in Poldoon and the Crown. The Crown hasn't acknowledged a rift, but I think a lot of people would see that there is some sort of rift anyway. The guild's making a point of saying that they are neutral is an interesting move, isn't it? But then again, of course, they do all go out of their way so far to say, well, we respect the Crown or whatever, so they're not pushing their luck too much. But I still think it's interesting. I think perhaps more guilds ready to say they're neutral than they used to be, but of course some absolutely fanatically Crown loyal, and 1 or 2 guilds that really aren't at all Crown loyal. So interesting times. Anyway, I will try and do another podcast tomorrow night. I hope this brief podcast has kept you updated, and I will talk to you all again soon. But before I go, I just want to remind you to please subscribe to this podcast. Ring the magic bell, that's that little bell icon that's just above the subscribe button, because these days YouTube doesn't always notify you just because you said you're subscribing. Ringing the bell means you always get notified when there's a new podcast. Please do like this podcast. It's really helpful when you like it, because it increases the chance that the video will be shared with other people who aren't currently players, and then they might think, what the hell is this thing, and be involved and join the game. So that's great. And do leave a comment as well if you like the podcast. If you've got anything you want to add, please feel free to leave a comment on this video. That also helps very much. Anyway, have a great evening. Talk to you again soon.